Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you how to run automations from your Webflow form submissions and then even use AI to take it up a notch. This is the workflow I'm going to be showing you how to build today. It's triggered when a webhook is received, which Webflow sends when a form is submitted. So it starts by picking out the email from the form data and then passing it to the AI and asking it to extract the first name from the email address if it can. Then it uses that to build an email body and fires off an email to the submitter. In Webflow, we just have a simple form here, and we just have our webhook in the form settings here. So let's take this thing for a spin. I just put in my email here and sign up. And then if I check my inbox, you can see we get an email that says, "Hey Zach, you're in, we'll be in touch shortly." And the key part here is it got my name even without me having to submit it. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so to build this, we're going to start off in WorkflowDog, and I'm going to start by creating a workflow. I'm going to pick the webhook trigger and create a workflow with that. I'm going to go ahead and delete these to clear out space for us to build and enable the workflow. So I'm going to use the pick properties action to plug the data in and pick out our data from our webhook. I'm going to use payload.data.email to pick that out. I happen to know that's where the email is stored in the form submission webhook, but if you didn't know that, I'm going to show you how to figure that out real quick. I'll go ahead and I'll copy our webhook URL, and we'll go back into Webflow, and we'll swap out this webhook for our new link here. So I'll save that, and now if I go up and submit again, that'll send to our new webhook. So we can go back into WorkflowDog and see that run right here. So you can see the data is where our stuff is. So webhook sends a bunch of other information along with just the form data. So we kind of have to pick that out here. So we can see that there's a property called payload. So I could go ahead and add pick properties and do payload, and then I can rerun that same trigger to see what is after payload. So we check that, and now we have all this other stuff that Webflow sends. We're interested in data, so we can change that to payload.data and rerun this. And finally, we can see one property for our email. So I'll change this to payload.data.email and rerun it. And finally, you can see we have our email address here. Perfect. We're ready to move on. So the next thing we'll do is add the produce text action, which is going to use AI to produce some text without producing anything else, just the text that we asked for. So I'll start by writing a prompt for that, which is going to say, infer the first name from this email. And we'll put email there as a substitution, which we'll use in a template in a second. And I'll say, if you're not absolutely sure, just say user. That way, if it can't pick out the name from the email, it'll fall back to something. So we can click this and convert to template, which will allow us to sub in that email variable that we just put in there. So we can plug that in right here and say email. Good. Clean this up and plug that into the prompt. Awesome. So let's go ahead and test that out. I have a OpenAI API key in here already, but if you don't, you can add that here. So we'll rerun this and see if it works. So there you go. It picked Zach out from there, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want. Next, we're just going to build our email body using that. So I'll put another text action right here and just say, hey, name, you're all signed up, or something like that. And then I can convert this to a template as well. And that'll allow me to sub in name here and plug the output of that OpenAI generation right there. So now this will produce that email body with the name subbed in. And then I can just add a send email action and plug that in as the body. Also, we need to plug in the recipient, which is going to be our original email address. So we'll bring that all the way over, plug that in. And lastly, we just need a subject. So I'm going to say just thanks for signing up, and plug that in. Great, this is the whole workflow. So let's go ahead and test this out. Go back in here and put in our email address and check my inbox here, and we got another one. Hey Zach, you're all signed up. This is a great starting place for making custom handlers for your forms. From here, you could add this person to your CRM, or let's say you had a custom quote form on a service website. You could generate a custom quote and send it to the customer. The opportunities are endless. Thank you for watching.